How's it going, guys? Matt here, MTG Ownage. Just wanted to show you a deck that I think is pretty fun and standard right now. And, I'm always trying to find the latest version of some sort of reanimator recursion decks. I think they're really fun. And I found one that I've been playing recently that is a lot of fun to play. And I just kind of want to go over the deck and do a few games and see what you guys think. It's purely for enjoyment here. So, yeah, let's just walk through it. You can see the entire deck here. Uh, so everything's pretty well versed. I've kind of iterated over this deck a good bit. You can see it has a pretty even curve, a little heavy on the 2 drops, but that's pretty good. A lot of lands. So you see we definitely have some high end. We definitely want to be ramping up. So let's start from the low end here. So on turn one, it'd be nice to play an Eye Twitch or a Shambling Gas. Both of these sort of allow us to pseudo ramp. Shambling Gas, just strong. You can get that treasure if you need something high mana, or you can use that -1/-1 to take down something with 2 toughness or something like that. It's a nice little early game threat. And same with the Eye Twitch. We can learn with it. I don't really have much of a sideboard because I've mostly been playing best of one here. But basically, we want to grab environmental sciences or prophecy or occasionally an annihilation. But most of the time, science is early game. So we just have some options there. This isn't actually, I need to update this a little bit, but it's not a big deal. That's not our main thing. We also have some Loyal Warhounds, which is a strong card. Allows us to grab an additional planes here to help ramp up. And we have a Professor of Symbology also for that learn trigger. So we got a decent early game. We're not going to get blown out early game too much unless we're just really unlucky. We're running 4 Null Priest of Oblivion. Also a nice 2 drop, but late game has some serious strong potential too, especially in some sort of reanimator format like this. We're also rocking 3 Valky slash Bolt. Very strong early to late game. So it has, as you can see here already, a lot of early to late game 2 drops. There's a lot of pretty good ones in the format right now. Now let's get on to the 3 drops here. We have Brutal Cathar. It's just a strong card that helps keep pace and exile those annoying things that hit the board. Really nice for hit tokens because they never come back. Now, here's where we get to some cards you don't see really. Ascent of the Worthy. I've been trying this. I tried with like 4, 3, even 2, but that seems like too many. This card occasionally can be a dead card, but as you can see, it's a 3 mana reanimator that when it reanimates something on the 3rd saga there, it becomes a Flying Angel Warrior, which isn't a huge deal. It's just a nice recursion card, and that uh, the first ability there, where you get to choose a creature and it takes all the damage, that can actually come into play pretty frequently. Not all the time, but if someone's board wiping with some big damage or something, or you got a lot of attackers, it makes you only lose 1 attacker. So, kind of a odd placed card, but it's got reanimation, and I wanted to test it, so that's part of the thing. We're rocking Soren. Now, he doesn't fit in super well with the rest of the deck. He's just a strong 4 drop that allows you to keep making those vampires and also to just draw if you need to draw. But he's sort of an odd place. He's just a strong planeswalker. So I figured I'd include one of him. And there's a point to the planeswalkers. We do have a way to reanimate them, as you'll see later with Blood on the Snow. So that's something we can do. Now, here's something that you also don't see too much that I think is pretty strong in this deck. Usually this is kind of hard to use. So Carter's Vicious Return. On the 3rd saga, it brings something back from your graveyard. It gets +1/+1 counter on it, and it also gets haste. Now, 90% of the time, or just in general, what we want to grab is Westgate Regent, because it comes back as a 5/5 haste. It hits your opponent and becomes a 10/10. And to kill it, they also have to discard a card because of that ward. It's a real problem if that happens, if you get to bring back a Westgate with haste. So that's one of the cool things. We also are rocking Showdown just for a little card advantage, and we often have a pretty wide board and all these cheap creatures. So it can really proc the 2 and 3 there a lot. It just gives us a little versatility. And 3 Westgate Regents. This is just one of the, you kind of see it here. This is a guy that we should be able to push through and really close out games. I find that this guy's really good against those life gain decks because they're often stacking up a creature too. And if you're having a hard time keeping pace, this is something that can keep pace with those life gain decks as it grows to an 8/8, a 16/16, and then it doesn't matter if they've gained 30 life at that point because you're hitting them for that much a turn. So a really nice card to help close out those against those life gain decks, which if you played any standard, you know that like almost every game is against mono white. So it's just very obnoxious right now. We're rocking 4 gold spans because, well, gold spans just flat out broken. Well, if you're running red, you're running 4 gold spans. That's the format right now. We're also running Kea, a really nice exile, and that ghost form can also be nice. The +1 and -3. I don't think I've ever used the -7, but being able to exile something is usually what we do with her. And of 3 bloods on the snow, there's a case for a 4th one here, maybe even. But we're running all snow-covered lands, as you can see here. So anytime we play this, we're going to basically be able to get anything out of our graveyard, including any of our planeswalkers. So some strong board wipe / recursion. It's very, very useful because there's a lot of weenies in the format. And with our low CMC here, we should be able to have enough on the field to compete with them early, so they shouldn't be able to kill us too quickly based on our curve here. Should also mention Carter's Vicious Return. This sack a creature, deal 3 damage on the first saga. Very, very nice. We can, sack one of these early creatures, these 1-drops that we want to die anyway. Or we can sack like a Professor or something, or a Valky if we've got multiple. There's pretty good options often for sacking a creature and hitting some target that needs to be hit. It is any target, so it can hit planeswalkers, it can hit face, and you don't have to do it. It says you may sacrifice a creature, so if they're no good targets, you can just choose not to sack, or if your creature's more important, that's 3 damage. So sometimes this card's a little weak if the board state's not just right, but sometimes this is a complete, just utter bombshell with getting back one of these Westgates or something, or a Goldspan. So, it also has the each player discards a card trigger, which is really nice because we often just want to discard a land if we've got too many lands. Once you get to 4 or 5 lands, you don't need to play anymore with this deck, really. So if we're flooded out, it's a nice little discard outlet, and hopefully our opponent discards something useful while we discard like a Westgate to reanimate soon, or just a land. It's typically what you want. And we're running 1 Professor Onyx. Now she's not like super critical to the deck, just another really good card. A nice -3 to make them sack something. It makes them sack their greatest power. So once again, pretty good against those mono white decks where they're often just pumping up a single creature into oblivion. You drop her, you -3, they lose their biggest guy. That's usually what you do. But also her +1 is really good for drawing and getting something into the graveyard. So she's just kind of in there as a one-off for the advantage. That's kind of how all the planeswalkers are. I think in general, the biggest case for changing things is maybe moving the Sorin, but often he's just a really good tempo play and he's well protected. But his +1 can be a little risky. However, we do have some lifelink, like on the Null Priest, and who else has got lifelink? Does anyone else have lifelink? Yeah, I don't know. I guess we got a little life gain on Professor Onyx, but the +1 you want to be a little careful with. Usually you just want to drop a couple vampires who have lifelink as well, and if you're gaining enough life and safe enough, then you can plus them up. So Sorin, yeah, he's strong. I'm still questioning his placement in the deck, but he hasn't seemed bad ever. So that's pretty much the deck. We got 1 Agadeems. I didn't want to put too many Agadeems in here. It's definitely really nice with this kind of curve. Agadeems is super good. We could probably actually go for 2 and maybe drop another snow-covered swamp. I just didn't want to have too many non-snow covered because of the blood on the snow. But typically we only need 4 or 5 anyway. 5's typically the sweet spot there, but even 6 is fine too. And we're going to have the treasures from Goldspans going, so often that works out pretty well. One thing that might be missing, one thing that's really nice with Goldspan is you often want some sort of X spell or something you can dump as much mana as you want into, and Agadeems is decent for that, but it kind of tops out at 5 here, which, that's super good and all. But we also don't have a 4-drop creature, so there's a little room for maybe a little improvements. Let me know if you know any good 4-drops that you think should be in the deck, or any good 6-drops that would go well with this Agadeems. I haven't really found anything that fits super well. This isn't 100% optimized or anything, but it's a really fun deck to play, and it's just really neat to get the Carter's Vicious Return on Westgate or Goldspan. It just feels really good, or Blood in the Snow, Blood on the Snow into one of these. And yeah, I've really been enjoying it. It's been nice to climb with something different than just mono white or mono red, or just going a little off meta. So let's get into some games and see how they go. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. I make all sorts of MTG content. And yeah, let's go. Okay, opening hand here looks all right. Not too bad. So we'll go ahead and keep this. and see what we're up against. Looks like we're up against some red. We're going to start with our Sulphurous Mire, since we drew a Plains. And we'll drop this Alpine Meadow. We could actually, let's rush out one of these. He's probably got some removal in his hand, so we kind of want to force that out. I think we're going to start with the Null Priest here. Yeah. All right, there's also a case for the Showdown. Going into the Showdown and saving up some cheap creatures, but yeah, we kind of want to see what he's got at this point. This is the best of one, so it's likely that he's running aggro, but he didn't have a turn 1 or turn 2, which makes me a little confused about what his deck is. Okay. Now, usually red-white is some sort of equipment thing going on these days, so we'll see. It's got no turn 3 either. I'm just a little confused. And no response to that attack. Yeah, I have no idea what he's running, to be honest, at this point. But looks like he's running low on removal. Maybe he's got a big board wipe soon. Let's go ahead and take a look at his hand with Valky. And see what he's got. Maybe I should have done this turn 2. That's okay. Alright, so he's just 3 color and doesn't have what he needs. Nothing super great. I guess we take Edgar here. Yeah, sure. So we're just playing against vampires and he's got a weak start. That's no removal or anything. But Edgar would have been a great... well, he doesn't have black mana. He just doesn't have black mana. That's his real problem. He's just got this Ambusher, which... yeah, you might as well play at this point, buddy. And yeah, let's go to our turn. Now we're getting... he's coming to play tap lands, which is not the greatest for us, but that's okay. And let's just keep it going here. Now, Edgar, what's he going to do? When he dies, this I don't think will work for us if we change Valky into it. But kind of an odd game here. I have a bit of a slow start. This is kind of a reactionary deck at times if you draw a lot of your sagas and stuff like that. Yeah, let's just take this, I think. That's fine. We'll probably play our Showdown next time, see if we can grab a land. And see what we got from there. Alright, let's play our Showdown. See if we can get into just an additional land. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I almost like playing the Ghast here. I'm thinking about this a little bit. If I play the Snowfield next turn, I guess I play the Goldspan and the Ghast. Yeah, this is fine. And we'll send in with the Null Priest. Yeah, I should have done that second main, but I'm not sure if it matters a whole lot. Okay, looking pretty good here. So, yeah, there's a lot of plays I like here. I think the Goldspan's probably just the strongest, because then we can play the Null Priest after that and get some counters. And I think we're just going to put the counters on, I guess this Null Priest, that's fine. We'll play that there. Yeah, we'll send in with it. He might block it, but we're okay with that at this point. I think we got enough pressure here for him to be highly annoyed. He really needs like a board wipe or something to have any chance at this point. We'll play this guy and get yet another +1/+1 counter, which we'll just put on the Null Priest. Nice big lifelink. Yeah, I just kind of went with the treasure instead of killing this creature since it taps for harder sacks for 2 mana thanks to the Goldspan. And yeah, that was basically a freebie right there. Let's go to the next one. Alright, opening hand. Maybe a little heavy on the land drops, but we do have Kea and Goldspan to go into, so we'll keep it. And we'll start out with this Mire, since we have no turn 1 play anyway. It looks like we're up against zombies, another thing you see very frequently in this format right now. So let's go ahead and drop our Null Priest. In this way he can't aggro us down. As we talked about the Decktech, that's the one thing we want to avoid, just being aggroed down. We want to survive to our mid to late game and get our value train going. Double champion, that's a bit scary. He can't really attack into me, so that's cool. Now, let's see. We probably want to go with the Brutal Cathar here and just exile his bigger one. Maybe I should have attacked first, but it doesn't matter a whole lot, I don't think. Either way, it's fine. Now, this is kind of a non-bow in a way, because if he gets rid of my Cathar, then he's going to get a champion, and it's just going to buff his champion, but I wanted to slow him down at least. And now he's got some more ideas going on here. Yeah, I guess we don't block. It's only 3 damage, not a huge deal. And we do have Soren here, but we can't actually play him yet, so that's kind of annoying. Let's see, what do we do here? I guess we just double swing and kind of go for the... You know, he might block. He might double block the Null Priest. I probably would if I were him. But I'm okay with that. I'm just trying to gain some life and slow him down in kind of an annoying way. He might actually just block the Cathar, but he might think I have some trick. Oh, he's going to take it all. Okay, that's fine. That wasn't actually the best attack, in my opinion, on my part there. Yeah, I think we just play another Null Priest, because we got to kind of survive until we get our next land drop. Not really the situation we want to be in here, especially when he's got a Priest of Haunted Edge. So, oh yeah, and that's kind of annoying too. We can exile it with Kea, but it's not a huge deal. Oh, he's going to get another one. Yeah, that's kind of a problem. We're going to need a Blood on the Snow, like ASAP. Yeah, wait, this might actually just be a flat-out loss here. Actually, I don't think we're going to block here, because we can swing back for 4 lifelink, which is quite effective. That's pretty good. And we're going to be taking a lot in return. This Necro Duality is really scary with this champions, 3 champions. Okay, he's going to block one of them. No, he's not. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, not super happy with what we got going on here. We might just even, if he's got a bunch of 1-drops, we might even be dead. These champions are just going to grow to oblivion. That's not a wizard, is it? Or not a zombie. Yeah, it is. It's a zombie cleric. Arena's bugged right now. We can't look at cards. It does this sometimes. Actually, I could even say it does this frequently. Alright, so we didn't get what we need to stave off his attacks. That's somewhat okay, I guess. Kind of an unfortunate start for us. It didn't go too bad. Champion of the Parish is just really broken right now. Just an absolutely busted card. So that's kind of out of our control. Maybe we shouldn't have hit it with the Cathar. I don't know. I don't think there's any line of play here where we actually won the game or anything. So just a bit unfortunate. I'm trying to see if there's any win con here. I don't think there is. I don't think there's any sort of win con here. We just exile this big champion, I guess. But with his Necro Duality and all that, we're just dead no matter what here. Yeah, let's just go to the next game. Yeah, Champion of the Parish is really, really busted. That zombie deck is really strong right now. It's another one you see frequently. We haven't seen any mono white. In my opinion, any day where you don't see the same mono white deck over and over is a good day. I don't care what I'm going against. It's not even that I hate that mono white deck. It's just that it's so unoriginal. It's just, yeah, everybody's got a copy of it, and some people just like I don't even know what they do. They just play it all day, I guess, or something. Okay, this is good. We got some stuff to learn with, which we haven't seen yet. Start out with the Snowfield. We should be able to 2-drop this Professor and hang on to these 1-drops for a little later. that should be fine. These things, okay. Little Death Bonnet Hulk, Sprout, whatever. That's a cool card. Oh, I'm really proud of my opponents today. Really proud of these guys. Not playing mono white. This guy's just playing some remove from the graveyard weenie, which is interesting. Pretty interesting. Yeah, I don't think we're in any sort of big hurry to do anything here, really. So I think we just play the sciences and get, well, we do need a second black mana, but we also need a second red mana. So which one do we choose? I guess we choose the red mana for a potential gold span. And let's go with our eye twitch here. Yeah, sure. Maybe Ghast was a little better, but it's fine. So let's see what kind of shenanigans he tries to pull. We're getting some unfortunate draws. These, well, we'll play it out here, see how it goes, of course, but you kind of see pretty clearly what his deck is. Okay, this is actually pretty good for us. We take these trades. And we don't really need environmental sciences anymore at this point. I think we just grab Prophecy and wish we had better draws. Yeah, sure. Let's play this Cathar. We're gonna just pop his Lancer and play a Gas. Oh, there he goes. It transforms into the Hulk, just a 3/3. We'll probably exile it with intro. We'll see what else he's got. Okay, interesting choice. I don't actually mind killing that thing, honestly. Yeah, let's just do it. This guy's a bit over ambitious, aggressive. I just want this treasure, really, just for the second black mana, because we might need it. But Goldspan's pretty good, too, so we'll just play our Goldspan. And we might be taking 6 damage here, but we're going to have a really nice next turn. And we can get our Cathar back with the Null Priest. It's pretty ideal in our particular situation. And we should also be able to copy one of his creatures, which is also going to be kind of cool. Dryad's Revival. Interesting. Love to see it. Yeah, let's go ahead and swing with this dragon. And we're putting on some good pressure here. I think in this case we're just going to sack one of these for double black and play this. Let's make sure it's going to tap right. Looks good. And of course we're going to just go ahead and get back our Cathar. It's going to be pretty clutch here, and we'll just get rid of Slogger, I think, here. Oh, it's when it leaves the battlefield. Interesting, interesting. Okay. I didn't realize it was leaves the battlefield. That's actually pretty good. And yeah, we'll just play our Ghast. Never a bad idea to just play the Ghast. He's just got such a good dies trigger. So even if we kill him with Blood on the Snow, it's usually fine. And he's rocking multiple Sloggerks. Alright. We should be able to keep pressuring him with this Goldspan. And it looks like he might not have the best answers in the world. Yeah, we're probably going to kill this guy before it grows any. That's fine with me. And we can use the -1/-1 off the Geist, or off the Gas to kill the Geist, which is fine with us. Maybe he didn't think about that. Maybe he doesn't care. Hard to tell. Kind of seems like he's just kind of rage playing at this point. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Let's play the showdown and see if we get a second dragon. That would be pretty sweet, wouldn't it? See if we get a dragon here. Nope, but we did get some pretty nice bombs here. We'll play the land off of that. And we could play Onyx and make him sack. I kind of like that play. Also kind of just like playing the Westgate here into Professor after combat. So let's go ahead and attack here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to drop Professor and, yeah, well, both Professors. Professor Onyx. We can negative her down and make him sack something.
Liliana Vess? Sorry, haven't heard that name before. Sorry, you don't make the grade.
Play this guy, and we can grab whatever we want here. This is really good because, well, yeah, we'll grab the environmental sciences. Maybe I should grab the scry thing, but I kind of like being able to play an additional land, not miss that land drop, and we're also going to get triggers off the showdown, so it's all good, really. Slogger getting a little buffy. Yeah, let's see what he does. Maybe he's going to attack Professor. Maybe not. I'm okay with anything he does, basically, here. There's no real unfortunate play. If he's attacking me, though, I'm not going to block. I'm okay with this. We'll go ahead and... Very nice. Let's go ahead and plus up Professor Onyx. Put one into my hand. Wow. Yeah, these are all not bad. I kind of even like the blood on the snow, honestly. We got one of those in our hand, though, so we'll just take the gold span. And let's go ahead and
I have impeccable study habits.
play this environmental sciences correctly. Tried to tap us wrong. You gotta really watch out for that. And we'll gain a little bit of life here. Buff up this gold span. And this time we are going to grab, get some more, yeah, swamp's fine. Play that. And I guess I gotta play this Westgate, don't I? Otherwise, I'm going to lose out on some +1/+1s. So, yep, there we go. Very good. And we'll just put it on this gold span. Just make him pretty huge. And actually, that's game. He can only block one of these, and the rest are going to kill him. So, yeah. So, yeah, there we go. GG. Pretty interesting game there. Yep, good game, sir. Very nice to see an interesting deck there. Seeing that guy's deck was very nice, very nice. All right, these are actually going pretty quick, so I think we got time for another one. All right, not too bad here. I really want to see some of the combos I talked about in the Decktech. We're just not seeing them. Looks like we're going to slow roll this a little bit, but we got some learn to ramp up and get to where we need to get to. Alright, we're playing up against a landfall deck, it looks like here, or it could just be mono red aggro. So, yeah, environmental science is going to be really good here. Yeah, I think we're probably going to block this particular attack. That's a really big attack. Hopefully he doesn't have a removal for our Professor. Okay, very good. Cool. Yeah, I think it's worth stopping the 4 damage. I don't really need this body around. Let's see here. We do need another red mana at some point. We got double white. We got double red. Just thinking about this here a little bit. Okay, let's just play our Eye Twitch. And I think we just play our Mountain in this case. I don't want to play Valky too early. So let's just do this. And go ahead and get that double red ready. We could get a triple black ready as well for this Agadeems, which is going to be pretty good against him. At 5 mana, you can get a 1 and a 2 drop back, which is really pretty strong. Often one of the stronger points at Agadeems with the 5 CMC. But looks like he's going to keep doing this landfall thing, and if we can keep chumping, he should somewhat run out of gas. It's kind of the dream here. So, yeah, take that trade all day. I think we'll see what we get here. But I'm going to keep grabbing... Nah, we'll grab Prophecy here. Because I don't think I have a play. Okay, yeah, I got play. Never mind. I drew a nice play. But I have land drops, so there was really no need to keep grabbing environmental sciences. Although the life gain is quite nice, too. But yeah, I think we play the swamp here. Because I want to potentially have triple black on next turn if we draw correctly. And I kind of like the Cathar and just removing his threat, but he might have like a gold span next turn too. That would be better to remove. So, yeah, let's just go for it. Let's just go for broke here. There's a Cobra and a land drop. Puts him up to 4 mana for the turn. Or right now. See if he's got anything with that. He's down to 4 cards in hand. Seeing a really nice variety of decks today. Going for the regrowth. He's still going to have 3 mana after all this, thanks to his Lotus Cobra. So let's see if he keeps tempoing out. But yeah, you can see his deck could have been really dangerous if we didn't play this just right. Looks like we got Showdown here. I think this is going to be our play. We could also drop the West Gate. If he doesn't have removal, actually, that's probably the stronger play. Yeah, let's just play it. And pass the turn here. I like that because it kind of forces his hand. He's either got to remove it or it's going to start growing. And we just want to threaten lethal and put the clock on. Oh, very nice. The Shia, that's kind of worrisome. I don't know if I have any good removal for the Shia. I guess I got Blood on the Snow. But the way our Westgate is going to grow, I don't think it matters a whole lot. There's a Scoot Swarm. Okay, yeah. We'll probably need a Blood on the Snow here. So we'll be playing our Showdown and Prophecy as soon as we can here. And this does say exile target creature, so the Cathar can get a Shia, which is pretty good. We will be making that play, I think, here. Otherwise, we could be in a little trouble with those Scoot Swarms. The other option is just to go... Yeah, let's do... Kind of a tough choice. Let's do this. We want to get a land. That's the big thing here. Since I haven't hit that land drop and I want to save the Agadeems, we're going to do this particular play. Alright, pretty cool here. We got Snow-Covered Plains into Null Priest. Nice little chump blocker here that we might very well need, as I predict the Shia is going to be attacking. And I kind of want to chump block her. That's a lot of damage. She makes non-tokens for us, so the Scoot Swarm tokens aren't forced, which is somewhat of a blessing. He didn't kick the Vastwood, so that's good. That could have been exceptionally dangerous, but still, it's a lot of little swarmy boys. So we are in a bit of trouble here if this continues to happen. I think we can kill him in a couple turns, so I'm not super worried. But even still, what is this and how does this fit into the deck? Not entirely sure. Not sure how this fits into the deck, but cool creature. But yeah, he's got us in a couple, like maybe next turn? Nope, we'll see. Okay, he didn't attack. That's really interesting. I don't understand why he didn't attack. There's no world where attacking with a Shia is a bad idea there. So, not going to pretend to get it, but okay with me. So here we are just going to attack with our Westgate again, of course, and go from there. Now, I probably should have played Sorin or something first, but I think I'm going to play Valky. Kind of want to see what he does. Okay, so that explains why he didn't attack there. Interesting, interesting. Okay, I guess we got to go with our... We kind of got to go with Prophecy and hunt for a Blood on the Snow, to be honest. I think that's really our only line where we live for more than a turn or two. Pretty well played on his part here. Yeah, because next turn he's going to full swing. We'll barely survive. We absolutely need Blood on the Snow. That's the only thing, really. So let's go for it. Put it on that guy. Those aren't Blood on the Snow. That isn't either. But we can at least play Sorin and down tick him here. We could uptick him and look for that blood on the snow, but even if we hit, we lose 6 life, and that almost kills us, so
You deal with this annoyance.
we'll do the next turn if we have to. But yeah, blood on the snow is the only thing that saves us. We have a decent chance. We have a 3 in 41 chance of drawing it. Or 3 in... Yeah, well, that's not the right odds, I guess. But there are 3 of them in the deck, and I got 41 cards left. We can potentially draw 2 cards next turn, it looks like. So there's a decent chance. Not a huge chance. We draw it. What would that be? I think we get somewhere to around 8 to 10% chance. Looks like he really wants to kill the Sorin, which I don't think we're going to let happen. Now, I do have to block here. That's just a lot of damage. And we do have to block here. We can let him take 1. That's fine. We'll block here. And it doesn't look like he has any cards in hand, so no tricks. I think we're good. And we're going to take 12, 15, plus more. Oh, that might kill us. Okay, I see why this fits in the deck. He's just going to pump it into oblivion. And that's a pretty solid play there. Yeah, that's enough to kill us. Right? Nope, we live. Okay. Woo. Oh, we drew the blood on the snow. Very lucky. Super lucky. So, naturally, we are going to swing with this vampire. And we have to cast this blood on the snow. It's really our only choice here. Let's go ahead and see what we draw. There's nothing that kills us, so in any case, we're good. Oh, that's a lot of damage, but yeah, we'll take it. Alright, now we cast the blood on the snow, destroy all creatures. Boy, are we lucky this game. Put a counter on whatever, it doesn't matter, it's going to go away. He gets his Hellhound back, but we can get our Westgate back. And we have Agademes for next turn, so we're not in too bad a shape. We can also make a little tokeny guy. So we'll see how this goes. Okay, looks like we're going to have to block that. Very interesting. Pretty lucky top deck in his case. Yeah, because he can swing and we have to block, which is the obvious play. Yep. And we'll go ahead and... wait, that's a potential... That potentially kills us. I think we're just going to play Valky and exile his Hellhound. That's... Just kind of get the threat out of there. And then we'll just play it. Get us a little blocker. Do I -2 him? A +1 could kill us. Yeah, let's make the vampire and call it a day. We need the lifelink anyway.
You fight for me now.
This guy's deck is like super aggressive landfall. It's pretty good. I like it. I'm really enjoying it actually. And now we get the value of Tybalt going left and right. So that's super cool. And this exiles target creature. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we're just going to attack with this guy. And I guess we just play the Cathar. Debating here. Nah, let's just play the Ghast, I think. And yeah, we'll play the Valky, sure, why not? Got no hand, but we don't really have anything to lose here. We've got just a lot of stuff to play anyway. Might as well play them while we have the mana. Yeah, we might have this one in the bag, it looks like. We'll just keep exiling with Tybalt and see what we got here. Play the Goldspan. That's a nice top deck. Let's see, he also has this in his deck. A Mythic, Menace, Haste, and Attack. Deals 1 damage to one target creature. Okay, pretty cool. Yeah, it's not a bad little hasty Menace creature. So I guess if he has something like that in the deck, he could top deck something like that and threaten some potential lethal. And just attack like that. I think that's fine. Hang back with a couple blockers. There's his trick. Nice little trick there. You should be able to stop either Goldspan or Westgate. Westgate is more threatening than Goldspan. Put that down in the books. Alright. So here we'll just play that, and we'll play the Ill-Tempered Loner here. And yeah, we'll just save our treasure. It's fine. So he is dead next turn. I can't... There's like one card that could... No, I don't think there's any cards that could save him, but there we go. Okay, I was hoping to see a few of those Saga cards go off. We didn't really see them, but you could see how they could work out pretty well in the deck. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. And the deck, something a little different you don't see too often. And we completed our quest, so this is like a perfect time to quit for the day, in my opinion. But yeah, that's the deck. And leave your comments down below. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Matt out.